No surprise here. Scandal still a hot topic last night. So who did a better job staying on point? Here to debate, Fox News contributor Leslie Marshall and Arizona GOP chairman Robert Graham. Good morning to both of you. Thanks for being here so early with us.
Good to be here.
Good to see you. All right, we'll start with you, Robert. Obviously, Chris Wallace hit on a lot of important policy issues last night, but no surprise also a number of scandals from both sides that were hit. Who did a better job staying on point? Because that was the goal of this debate last night.
Well, first off, Chris Wallace did a fantastic job. I mean, it was a good, moderated debate. I think truly Donald Trump stayed on task. He stayed on message. He leaned into it. He was way more prepared. And it was clear to him when he targeted Hillary and he pointed out the scandals, she had a very difficult time answering. In some cases, she actually went completely around it and never really went into the answer or tried to defend herself. In some cases, she didn't do it at all.
Leslie, I have a feeling you might have a different take from last night.
I was just thinking, we're in Vegas, and I could have gone to the tables inside and bet that he was going to say that and won right now. No, we were watching a different debate. Look, you know, I thought that Chris Wallace was a big winner last night, and I thought his questions were very fair to both individuals. And I did think that Hillary came more prepared than in the last two debates, not only to answer a moderator's questions about scandals, but also Donald Trump's questions about scandals, specifically when he kept saying about the past 30 years. One thing that has always perplexed me is that Donald Trump seems to think that the Secretary of State has power that they do not necessarily, and that one senator doesn't make laws. They're part of Congress, two houses, House and Senate, and they're one of 99 other senators in that chamber.
Let's take a look back at some of the hot moments from last night.
The goal here is to take back Mosul. It's going to be a hard fight, and then continue to press into Syria.
And this is what's caused the Great Migration, where she's taken in tens of thousands of Syrian refugees.
We are going to ask the wealthy and corporations to pay their fair share.
I'm cutting taxes. We're going to grow the economy.
Donald thinks belittling women makes him bigger.
Why don't you give back the money that you've taken from certain countries that treat certain groups of people so horribly?
Robert, it did seem like in this debate they were able to go at it and dig a little bit deeper into not only the scandals, but the issues that the American people care about more than the other debates that we've seen.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, when you look at questions that even Donald Trump was coming back about the Clinton Foundation, and he was talking about the different countries like Qatar and Syria, and how the millions they put in the Clinton Foundation, and then he pointed out very clearly the hypocrisy. Here you've got all these women's rights that Hillary says she stands for, but then she's kind of aiding and abetting, and she's accepting money from these countries that are more than abusing humanity. They're killing people just to say a point or to push back against women, or as he said, with the gays pushing them off buildings. It's one of these things where the Clintons have been able to manage an incredible double standard in this country, and they're hardly ever held accountable. And tonight he pushed into it, and he made clear that, hey, people need to understand this double standard and really see. So there was more transparency on the foundation, but also the way she was using the State Department to manipulate the opportunities both with the Clinton Foundation and then her job as Secretary of State.
Well, and the next big question the day after is who gets the post-debate bump? If you look at the Real Clear average polling as it stands now, you have Trump at 42.1%, Clinton 48.6%. Leslie, obviously Donald Trump is needing the bump today. Who's going to get it?
Hillary is clearly going to get it, not only because she won the debate, but there were two things that Donald Trump did very wrong. One was, you know, I said, I think as a mom, you'll like this. My 9-year-old son, when he loses a soccer game, walks across the field and shakes the hand of every other player because that's good sportsmanship. That's the American way. And when Donald Trump didn't answer a question, a yes or no question, that he would accept the outcome of this election, that really hurt him, I think, across the board and did not make him look presidential. And then his parting shot to Hillary, after talking about how great and respectful and pro-women he is, I think really damaged him with women, a huge segment of the voter population that he needed last night. So I think that's going to all help give Hillary Clinton the bump.
All right, we're going to leave it there. We're going to see you guys shortly next hour. Robert and Leslie, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
There you have it. The candidates face off one last time as a new Fox News poll shows Donald Trump 7 points ahead among independents. So did he do enough to convince undecided and independent voters? Here to debate, Fox News contributor Leslie Marshall and Arizona GOP chairman Robert Graham. Welcome back to both of you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Leslie, we'll start with that question. In order for Trump to win in a few weeks, he not only needs to motivate his base, he needs to win over independents, undecideds, even some folks that were voting for Hillary Clinton. He's got to win some of those on his side.
Yes, and just a few weeks ago, he had like 22% of the independents, so that number's actually come down. But among people that are undecided, that aren't necessarily independent voters, what they wanted to see last night were less personal attacks. They wanted to see both candidates not only stick to the issues, but to be specific with their plan about the issues. I don't honestly think that Donald Trump got more checks in his column last night for undecideds. I'm not really sure that Hillary did either. I'm of the mindset I think most people in their heart of hearts know who they're going to vote for on November 8th. As of last night, they didn't need the final debate to make that decision.
Well, we'll get the numbers in the next few days with all the polling that comes out. Robert, what was your take? Do you think that he did what he needed to do to get the undecideds on his side?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, here it's back to what people really want. They want to trust a candidate. They want history of proven track record as far as putting people back to work. It's about growth. It's about opportunity. It's about safety. And he reiterated it. It made you feel confident today. So you undecideds are undecided because they haven't made up their mind yet. And so they were waiting. Many of these people were waiting for tonight to listen in and to see who they were going to support. I think he did a fantastic job. The other thing he did, he put Hillary Clinton back on her heels a bit. And when that happened, she wasn't so succinct in her answers. And again, people are looking for the confidence rather than being scripted. They want somebody who actually has a command of the issues. And tonight he had that command. And I believe undecideds will slide his way in a little bit more aggressive way than they have in the last couple of weeks.
Robert, why do you think he has done better up till now with independents? We know Hillary is ahead in a number of the issues when voters are asked about it. But when it comes to independents, Robert, it seems like he has continually done better with that group.
I think he acts like an independent if you think about it. He really has attacked the political establishment on both sides. He plain talks as it relates to the solutions, and he talks about, hey, enough talk, let's get it done. I mean, when you're a CEO, if you don't do it, you don't have great outcomes. And so he's trying to bring that to D.C. One of our governors in Arizona, or Governor Ducey, always says government at the speed of business, and that's the way Donald Trump thinks. It's got to be result-oriented, and I think that's why it resonates.
All right, Leslie, 19 days to go, the most unpredictable election we've ever seen. What do you think is going to happen? How is this going to play out in the next 19 days?
I think we're going to hear the word rigged a lot. I think that we're going to see more dumps of emails by WikiLeaks that I don't feel will affect the outcome of the election. And sadly, I think that we will see more mudslinging and more vitriol and more division among voters in the country. And I hope after November 8th that we can come together as a nation, as we have in the past after elections.
Well, Robert, after last night, who knows how all of this will even end?
Yeah, we're hoping. Yeah, November 8th is our day, and we believe it's going to end in a positive way for Republicans.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Robert, Leslie, good to see you both this morning. Thank you.
Yeah,
Good to see
you.
you. Thank you.